Hi everyone. So for week 5, we had to talk about the effective use of emails, text messages, IM, voicemail, the different forms of communication, and how it's effective in business communication. So this video is gonna basically touch upon the effective use of email, the effective use of text messaging, and the effective use of IM. So I'm gonna start with the effective use of email. First of all, everybody know what email is, but email stands for electronic communication. And the first effective use is that the fact that email allows you to communicate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in the year. So it allows you to communicate any day, anytime, as long as you have computer access, internet access, and an email account. You are able to email anybody anywhere in the world, regardless of the time zones. And another thing, email is effective because it reduces the telephone interruptions, meaning, like, let's say for instance you're in a meeting and someone calls you, that is totally inappropriate. But if they email you, after the meeting, you could respond to the email. And talking about responding, when it comes to responding to an email, you don't have to respond every second, because that's just going to say that you're not focused on work. You just focused on, what's going on in your inbox. You don't want to have that type of feedback coming back to you from your supervisor. So the proper way of sending an email or to respond to an email, I should say, is to respond to the email in at least 24 hours. That's an appropriate time to respond to an email. And for text messages is appropriate, but it depends on the setting and it depends what is being said in the text messages. Let's say, for instance, that I'm in a meeting and you really need to reach out to me. You could always text me, and I'll reach out to you without, the phone ringing constantly. So it's like a good way of reaching out to someone when they're not available to pick up the phone. Instant messaging is basically IM. Everybody uses IM, especially when it comes to social media. So IM is good for business as long as you keep it, professional. Because at the end of the day, even though you use abbreviations, that doesn't mean, you could say BRB to your supervisor. Sometimes it may not be appropriate. It depends on who is responding to the IM. So sometimes you may want to be careful with that. For cite for citation purposes, I use the BCom book, chapter 5, the different sections of the chapter pertaining to email, instant messages, and text messages. I got all my sources from there when it came to the book. Now, for the outside sources, I used a blog from the Forbes website called The Art of Effective Business by Rob Ashgar. So basically, he just spoke about the reason why email is important in the business world. My second form of source that I used was for text messages. It was also a blog by Melanie Dato from the blog textmarks.com. She basically touched on why text messages is effective and why it's important to use in your business. And the last citation was for instant messages. It was a blog as well. It was called The Pros of Using IM. So basically, with everything being said, when it comes to emailing, IMing, and text messages, you could tell that it's very effective. It just depends on how you use it.